My child, I am speaking to you tonight not through thunder or fire, but through a voice soft enough to reach your spirit yet strong enough to shake your fear. Listen closely, for what I am about to reveal concerns your life, your destiny, and the unseen battle that has been raging around you. You have felt it, haven't you? The unease in your spirit, the heaviness in your chest, the sudden moments of silence where your heart seemed to pause as if it knew something was near. That was not coincidence. That was your spirit responding to what heaven already saw long before you did. There is a person, someone who walks clothed in authority, someone who carries influence and commands attention. This individual has decided something against you. In their arrogance, they believe they have the power to decide the days of your life, to mark your end, to stop what I have begun. They have spoken words against your existence, declaring that you will not rise beyond a certain point, that your light will fade before its time. But they are mistaken, for no one decides your final day but I, the author of life. I alone hold the keys of time, and no power, no wealth, no influence can shorten what I have extended. Do not let fear settle in your heart. The reason I am revealing this is not to frighten you, but to prepare you, to awaken you to the reality that your life is precious and that there are spiritual forces trying to rewrite your destiny. This person is not acting alone. Behind their decisions, behind their hatred, lies a dark energy that has studied you since birth. This energy saw the light I placed in you, the anointing that you would carry, the transformation you would bring into lives, and it became afraid. So it whispered into human hearts, into fragile minds, into those easily swayed by jealousy and greed, convincing them that you are a threat that must be removed. But my child, listen carefully, what they don't realize is that their hatred has only accelerated your destiny. Their plots are only pushing you into the fulfillment of my promises. Every scheme against you is being converted into a step forward. I have already taken their plans and written them into your story as evidence of my power. The enemy cannot create, he can only pervert. But I am the Redeemer. I take what was meant for evil and transform it into the foundation of miracles. Right now, as you are listening, angels are standing guard. I have assigned them to you not because of your perfection, but because of your purpose. You are carrying something that hell cannot stand, a light that cannot be extinguished, a destiny that cannot be delayed, and a name that is known in both heaven and hell. You were not born by accident. You were strategically placed in this timeline to fulfill a mission that generations before you could not complete. That is why the attacks have intensified. The closer you are to destiny, the more desperate darkness becomes. I want you to take a deep breath. Feel it, the air entering your lungs is not random, it is my reminder that I still sustain you. Every heartbeat is a declaration that death cannot touch you before your assignment is complete. Every morning that you wake up is proof that I have not finished with you yet. I am stretching your time, rewriting the script, and ensuring that what was meant to end will instead begin anew. You have been sensing strange shifts lately, unexpected dreams, heavy energy when certain people enter your presence, sudden emotional turbulence without reason. That is because your spirit has been detecting the vibrations of this warfare. The person planning against you operates in deception. They smile when you enter, they nod when you speak, but their heart conceals a storm. They have aligned themselves with forces that whisper to them in secret. But I have seen their gatherings, I have heard their oaths, and I have marked the very moment they decided to act. I have allowed you to feel the warning because awareness is protection. The moment you received this revelation, a spiritual alarm was triggered in the heavens. Archangel Michael and the host assigned to your defense began surrounding you, forming an unbreakable perimeter of light. Every curse spoken against you is being reversed. Every plan drawn against your peace is dissolving. I am moving even now, unseen but undeniable. The walls of your protection are being reinforced with the prayers you have prayed in tears. You thought I ignored them, but I have been storing them like treasures in heaven, waiting for the day they would become your shield. The person who plots against you believes they are untouchable. They have power in human systems, they have allies in places where decisions are made, they have resources they use to manipulate outcomes. But what they fail to understand is that power without righteousness is sand beneath the feet of the wicked, it will collapse when the wind of truth blows. I am that wind, and I am rising on your behalf. Every secret they thought was hidden will be exposed. The very mouth that spoke against you will tremble when my truth is revealed. I am the God who sees behind curtains and hears through walls. Nothing escapes my sight, and I have decided that this time, their arrogance will be their undoing. Do not run from what is being revealed. This is your awakening. The danger is not coming to destroy you, it is coming to reveal who truly stands beside you. I will use this to separate truth from deception. I will use this to make clear who has been your friend and who has been your enemy disguised as one. Do not resist what I am removing. Every departure, every silence, every exposure is part of the cleansing process. I cannot elevate you while you are surrounded by deceit. So I am purifying your circle, purging your environment, and preparing you for the greatness that follows this season of war. You have cried, asking me, Lord, why do I keep losing people? Why do those I trust turn against me? And I answer now, because I love you too much to let them betray you later. I expose in small pain what would have caused greater destruction if left unseen. I remove in discomfort what would have broken you in disaster. Every loss was a rescue in disguise. You are being preserved. My child, I must tell you something deeper. The day they have chosen, the day they thought would mark your end, is not marked for death but for deliverance. I will transform that day into a turning point. Where they expected you to fall, you will rise. Where they predicted your silence, your voice will thunder. On that day, divine reversal will unfold. Every energy of harm they send will bounce back multiplied. They will look for you to fail but will instead see your name elevated. They will expect darkness but will witness glory. I am commanding time itself to obey my voice concerning you. Events are shifting. What was delayed is being accelerated. I am collapsing the plans of the wicked and expanding the influence of your purpose. You will begin to notice divine coincidences, calls from people who once forgot you, opportunities resurfacing, sudden ideas that solve long-standing problems. These are not random, they are signs that I am rebuilding what the enemy tried to ruin. You are stepping into divine restoration, but first, you must walk through awareness. Knowledge of danger is not fear, it is wisdom. Now hear this, I am placing a mantle of discernment upon you. From this moment, your spiritual senses will sharpen. You will feel when a room shifts in energy. You will know when a smile is false. You will sense deceit before it speaks. You will not walk blind anymore. This discernment is my gift to you, not to make you paranoid, but to make you powerful. For the battle you face is not of flesh and blood, it is energetic, spiritual, vibrational. But the moment you recognize it, you already begin to win. The powerful person who has made this decision about your fate is already being watched by heaven. Their influence is being silently withdrawn. Their strength is being sapped by sleepless nights. Their confidence is cracking under the weight of conviction. They will begin to feel the unease of divine justice. Every plan they make will fail to find stability. Every person they recruit will mysteriously withdraw. I will turn their allies into confusion. Those who promise to help them will find themselves unable to act. They will question, hesitate, and abandon the scheme before it can manifest. You must trust that I am in full control. I have seen every move, and I have already responded. While they plan, I prepare. While they conspire, I counteract. While they plot, I protect. There is nothing hidden from me. You are under the covering of eternal intelligence, the very wisdom that built galaxies and wrote your story long before your birth. You are safe inside a plan far greater than any human imagination. My child, lift your head. The danger will not define you, the deliverance will. You are about to witness what divine intervention truly means. You will see events bend in your favor so naturally that you will know it was not luck, but my hand. You will walk through this storm and come out shining, and when you do, people will ask, how did they survive that? And your only answer will be, because God was with me. My child, the storm that gathered against you has already begun to break. What was spoken in darkness is being dragged into light, and those who once whispered will now speak only in confusion. The very energy that tried to silence you is dissolving under the weight of truth. I told you that I would not allow harm to reach you, and now you will see how justice unfolds when heaven intervenes. There are movements happening beyond your sight. Documents that were altered are being corrected. Conversations meant to trap you are being recorded in the spirit, and the same words that were meant to condemn you will defend you. The people who stood behind the powerful one, those who lent their support out of fear or greed, are beginning to feel unrest in their souls. They cannot sleep, they cannot concentrate, they hear my voice and their conscience calling them to step away. Some will confess what they know, others will flee the situation altogether. Either way, the plan loses strength each passing day. Do not gloat when this happens. Keep your heart pure, for I am not exposing them to feed revenge but to prove that I alone am God. When you see the downfall of those who plotted, pray for their repentance. The grace that protected you can also redeem them if they turn. Remember, power is mine to give and mine to remove. In these days you will feel me near in unusual ways. You may wake in the night and sense warmth wrapping around you like a blanket. That is my spirit calming the last waves of fear. You will hear my name echo in your thoughts when you start to doubt. That is not imagination, that is reassurance. I am training you to recognize my presence without needing signs or voices, simply the peace that settles when truth is near. Now I speak of your restoration. Every area of your life that was disrupted by this warfare will return to order. Relationships strained by misunderstanding will heal. Resources lost through deceit will come back multiplied. Opportunities you thought were gone will knock again. The time the enemy tried to steal is being repaid with acceleration. What once took years will now take months, and what once felt impossible will become effortless. The purpose of this season was never punishment. It was revelation. I wanted you to know the depth of my covering and the power of faith under pressure. I allowed the storm so that you could discover your own strength in me. And now that you have stood firm, I am expanding your influence. You will speak words that comfort others in crisis. You will become the reminder that divine protection is not a theory, it is a living reality. Do not fear what tomorrow holds. You are not waiting for the next attack, you are walking into the next assignment. The same spiritual insight that warned you of danger will now guide you toward opportunity. I will begin to show you where to plant, what to build, whom to trust. Listen and move quickly, for this window of favor is open. My child, look around you. The atmosphere itself is lighter. The heaviness that once followed you has lifted. The air carries new possibility. That is the evidence of deliverance. Step forward with confidence, knowing that every step you take is on ground I have already secured. My child, now that the shadows have fallen away, it is time to lift your face toward the dawn. The light you feel touching you is not the ordinary warmth of the sun, it is the radiance of renewal. I am breathing new life into every dream that was bruised by fear. The long night of uncertainty has served its purpose, and morning has come. Do you remember the moments when you said, "I can't go on"? Those very moments built the endurance that now anchors you. I watched you choose faith while trembling. Every tear you hid from others was a seed. Those seeds have broken through the soil, and the first shoots of your harvest are appearing. You will soon see tangible evidence of what your faith produced in silence. The first sign of your rising will be restoration of clarity. Your mind will no longer circle the same worries. Ideas that once seemed scattered will arrange themselves into order. You will know exactly what to do next without striving to figure it out. That is my wisdom flowing through you. Trust it. Follow it. Each instruction, no matter how small, will lead to greater doors. Then comes financial stability. Where scarcity echoed, abundance will answer. You will notice unexpected provision, refunds, reconciliations, opportunities that seem tailor-made. These are not coincidences, they are divine reimbursements. The years you spent surviving on faith are being honored. You will have enough not only to live but to bless. Be generous, for generosity keeps the river of provision moving. Next will come relational renewal. I am sending people whose hearts are genuine, whose motives are clean, whose vision aligns with yours. They will understand your calling without explanation. With them you will build what you could not build alone. Some of them are already on their way, drawn by a pull they cannot explain. When they arrive, you will recognize them by peace, not perfection. Peace is the sign of my appointment. Do not be surprised when others, those who once opposed you, begin to reach out. Forgive, but use wisdom. Forgiveness releases you, discernment protects you. Some are returning because their hearts have changed, others because your light exposes their need. Ask me before you open each door, and I will show you who is meant to walk beside you. Now I speak of the deeper work. You have learned to fight, but now you must learn to rest. Rest is not idleness, it is agreement with my sovereignty. When you rest in me, you declare that nothing can collapse what I have built. In rest, creativity blooms. In rest, strategy flows. In rest, the body heals from years of tension. Lay down the habit of constant alertness, the war is over. The same vigilance that once protected you would, if continued, keep you from peace. So breathe. Let the armor become gratitude instead of defense. I am also opening a new dimension of influence. Your story will travel farther than you planned. People you have never met will hear of your endurance and find courage for their own battles. Some will call it motivation, others will know it was prophecy fulfilled. Either way, light will spread through your words. This is the reason you endured such opposition. Your voice carries healing frequencies that darkness wanted silenced. You will notice that creation itself cooperates with you now. Doors open easily, timing aligns, resources appear right when needed. That is favor, unearned yet undeniable. Walk in humility, favor thrives in humble soil. Remember the days of small beginnings, and let gratitude keep your heart soft. There is one more thing I must reveal. The powerful individual who set themselves against you will soon come to a crossroads. I have confronted them through circumstances they cannot ignore. How they respond will determine their outcome. Pray for their awakening, not their downfall. If they repent, mercy will meet them. If they resist, consequences will teach what pride refused to learn. Either way, justice and compassion will work together. You need only stay focused on your path. Now, listen to the rhythm of your own heartbeat. That sound is a covenant between heaven and earth. Each beat says, purpose continues. As long as it sounds within you, you have reason to build, to hope, to love, to create. The world still needs what you carry. Do not shrink to fit old versions of yourself, expand into the space I have cleared. Speak when I nudge you to speak. Move when I whisper, now. This is partnership, heaven and earth collaborating through your obedience. You will find joy returning like laughter after a long silence. Let it come. Joy is not a reward, it is fuel. It will power you through the new assignments ahead. Celebrate small victories, for celebration keeps doors open. Where there is gratitude, there I dwell. My child, the warning that began this journey has become a testimony. The threat has turned into training, the fear into faith, the warfare into wisdom. You are no longer merely surviving danger, you are stewarding destiny. Walk tall in this knowledge. You are safe, you are seen, and you are sent. My child, stand still for a moment and feel the quiet that surrounds you. This calm is not emptiness, it is completion. The storm has finished its work, and what remains is clarity. You are standing on new ground, soil that has been washed clean by the rains of trial. Every grain beneath your feet testifies that what was meant to break you has instead built you. Look behind you only long enough to see how far you've come. The path is lined with the markers of lessons learned, faith proven, courage refined. What once looked like detours were actually directions written in disguise. Now you can see the pattern, how every closed door protected you, how every delay refined your timing, how every disappointment redirected your heart toward what truly matters. Ahead of you lies expansion. The same light that once drew opposition will now attract opportunity. I am opening spaces where your gifts will flourish naturally. You will not need to force or convince, what is aligned will recognize you instantly. Walk through these openings with quiet confidence. You do not need to shout destiny into being, destiny already knows your name. You will notice how easily peace travels with you now. Situations that once would have shaken you barely touch your spirit. This is maturity, the unshakable awareness that I am in every outcome. Let that awareness guide you more than logic, more than emotion. When peace remains, proceed. When peace withdraws, wait. That simple rhythm will keep you perfectly timed with my will. There is still work to be done, but it will not feel like struggle. The heavy labor is behind you, now comes the creative building. You will design, write, mentor, or lead, whatever form your calling takes, it will carry the fragrance of redemption. People will sense it without understanding why they are drawn to you. It is because your energy now carries evidence of survival, it tells others that restoration is possible. Do not underestimate the influence of simple acts. A kind word, a moment of listening, a prayer whispered for someone else, these are the threads of legacy. The world measures greatness by visibility, I measure it by compassion. Keep your compassion alive, it is the crown of those who have truly seen my hand. My child, you asked me once why I allowed danger so near. The answer is found here, so that you could learn what cannot be taken from you. Titles can vanish, possessions can fade, but the wisdom of surviving with grace becomes eternal wealth. You own that wealth now. Spend it freely, in patience, in understanding, in kindness. In kindness. As you move forward, you will begin to dream again. Some dreams will feel too large, that is how you will know they are from me. I will send resources piece by piece, so that faith remains your foundation. Each time you take a step, the next one will appear. This is how we will build together, one act of trust at a time. You may still hear echoes of the past, whispers that say, be careful, danger might return. Smile at them and keep walking. Shadows cannot follow a traveler who walks in light. I am not repeating old chapters, I am writing new volumes. The memory of fear will fade until it becomes only context for gratitude. Soon, gratitude will be your natural language. You will wake speaking thanks without planning to. You will look at ordinary moments, sunlight through a window, laughter shared, a quiet meal, and feel holy awe. That is the fruit of deliverance, the ability to see wonder where once you saw only survival. Remember always, protection was never the end goal. Protection created the space for purpose. Purpose is what now unfolds. Go where compassion leads, build what faith inspires, speak what truth demands. You are my living message that light cannot be silenced. When the world asks how you escaped, say, I did not escape, I was transformed. When they ask what you learned, say, that love is stronger than fear. These answers will heal more hearts than you can count. And when night falls again, because night always returns, do not dread it. Darkness no longer threatens you, it only reveals the brightness within you. I will still be there, as constant as breath, as near as your own heartbeat. You will hear me in laughter, in stillness, in the rhythm of your life. So walk on, my child. The warning became wisdom, the battle became blessing, and the danger became doorway. Your story will not end in fear but in fulfillment. Go forward shining, for the world needs the light that only you can bring. I am with you always, and that truth will never change.